Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating battles in history, the Battle of Alesia. This wasn't just a clash of armies, it was a battle of minds, a contest between two brilliant military leaders, Julius Caesar, the rising star of Rome, and Vercingetorix, the fiery chieftain who united the Gallic tribes against Roman rule. Alesia, a seemingly insignificant hilltop in ancient Gaul, became the stage for a military showdown that would shape the destiny of Western Europe. Let's explore the genius of Julius Caesar and the tactics that led to his victory. To truly grasp the significance of Alesia, we need to rewind a bit to understand the backdrop against which this epic encounter unfolded. Picture this, it's 58 BC. The Roman Republic, a rising power hungry for land and glory, sets its sights on Gaul, a vast territory encompassing modern-day France, Belgium, and parts of Germany and Switzerland. Leading the Roman legions is Gaius Julius Caesar, an ambitious general with a thirst for conquest and a talent for both warfare and self-promotion. Caesar, through a combination of ruthlessness and political maneuvering, had already conquered much of Gaul. He described his campaigns in his own account, Commentaries on the Gallic War, a masterpiece of propaganda that nevertheless gives us valuable insights into his military thinking. But Caesar's advance wasn't a walk in the park. The Gauls, a collection of fiercely independent tribes, were no strangers to warfare themselves. They were skilled warriors, renowned for their bravery and fighting prowess. For years they had resisted Roman expansion, but Caesar's relentless advance and brutal tactics had taken their toll. However, a new threat to Roman rule was emerging. A charismatic young chieftain named Vercingetorix from the Arverni tribe had risen to prominence. He understood that if the Gauls were to have any hope of repelling the Roman invaders, they needed to put aside their differences and unite under a single banner. Vercingetorix's passionate calls for unity resonated with the Gallic tribes. He ignited a firestorm of resistance, rallying the tribes to his cause with a fervor not seen before. He preached a message of unity, urging the Gauls to cast aside their differences and fight together for their freedom. Vercingetorix was a shrewd military leader in his own right. He understood that the Gauls couldn't hope to match the Romans in open battle, not with their disciplined legions and superior equipment. So he adopted a cunning strategy of guerrilla warfare, using Gaul's dense forests and hilly terrain to his advantage. He launched lightning raids on Roman supply lines, ambushed isolated patrols, and employed scorched earth tactics, burning crops and villages to deny the Romans supplies and shelter. This was a war fought not just on battlefields, but for the hearts and minds of the Gallic people. The year is 52 BC. The Gallic wars had reached a boiling point. Vercingetorix's rebellion was gaining momentum, threatening to unravel years of Roman conquest. Caesar, never one to back down from a challenge, was determined to crush this uprising and bring Gaul firmly under Roman control. Their paths collided at Alesia, a hilltop settlement of the Mandrones tribe in what is now Burgundy, France. Alesia, you might think, looking at it today, what was all the fuss about? But back then it was a position of considerable natural strength. For Vercingetorix, Alesia offered a chance to make a stand, to lure Caesar into a decisive battle on ground of his choosing. He gathered his forces, tens of thousands strong, within the hilltop fortress, hoping to weather a Roman siege and perhaps even deal Caesar a fatal blow. Caesar, ever the strategist, recognized the strategic importance of Alesia. He knew that capturing Vercingetorix and his army would effectively break the back of the Gallic rebellion, but Alesia was no easy target. The hilltop fortress was well defended, and Vercingetorix's forces were numerous and determined. A direct assault would be costly, perhaps even disastrous. Caesar, however, was not known for his frontal assaults. He was a master of siege warfare, and he had a plan for Alesia, a plan that would become legendary in the annals of military history. Chapter 3. Before we delve into the intricacies of the siege, let's take a moment to appreciate the man at the heart of it all, Gaius Julius Caesar. Caesar was more than just a general. He was a force of nature. He was a brilliant strategist, a cunning politician, a gifted orator, and a prolific writer. He was a man of boundless energy and ambition, driven by an insatiable desire for power and glory. In battle, Caesar was renowned for his decisiveness, his ability to assess a situation quickly and make bold decisions. He was also known for his personal bravery, often leading his troops from the front, inspiring them by example. But what truly set Caesar apart was his strategic genius. He understood that victory in war was not just about brute force. It was about logistics, about planning, about outmaneuvering the enemy. He was a master of logistics, ensuring his troops were well supplied, even on long campaigns. He was a skilled engineer, able to design and build impressive fortifications in record time. And he was a master of psychological warfare, using propaganda and intimidation to weaken his enemy's resolve. At Alesia, all these qualities would be put to the ultimate test. Caesar was facing a formidable opponent in Vercingetorix, and the fate of Gaul, perhaps even the fate of Caesar himself, hung in the balance. Chapter 4. Caesar, with his legions at his back, arrived at Alesia, his keen eyes assessing the challenge before him. He knew time was of the essence. Vercingetorix had sent messengers to rally the Gallic tribes, and soon a relief force, a massive army of Gallic warriors, would descend upon Alesia to break the siege. Caesar had to act swiftly, decisively. He opted for a daring and, some might say, audacious plan. If he couldn't take Alesia by force, he would starve it into submission. He ordered his engineers to begin work on a massive system of fortifications, a double ring of walls and ditches, encircling the entire plateau. The inner ring, the circumvallation, would bottle up Vercingetorix's forces within Alesia, cutting them off from any hope of escape or resupply. The outer ring, the contravallation, would protect the Romans from the inevitable Gallic relief force. Imagine the scene. Roman legionaries, renowned for their discipline and engineering skills, working tirelessly day and night to construct this immense siege work. Trees were felled, earth was moved, ditches were dug, and ramparts were raised. Within Alesia, Vercingetorix and his men watched with growing apprehension as the Roman trap took shape. They were surrounded, their fate hanging by a thread. The Gauls were not without hope. They had sent messengers to every corner of Gaul, calling for reinforcements. Vercingetorix knew that his only hope lay in holding out long enough for the relief force to arrive and smash through the Roman lines. The stage was set for one of the most dramatic and consequential sieges in history. Chapter 5. Let's pause for a moment and truly appreciate the sheer scale and ingenuity of Caesar's fortifications at Alesia. The Roman army, under Caesar's watchful eye, transformed the landscape, creating a masterpiece of military engineering. The inner ring of fortifications, the circumvallation, stretched for over 10 miles, effectively imprisoning Vercingetorix's army within Alesia. The outer ring, the contravallation, designed to repel the Gallic relief force, was even more impressive, spanning 17 miles and incorporating a complex network of ditches, ramparts, towers, and traps. Imagine this, a vast double ring of fortifications encircling the entire plateau, a testament to Roman engineering prowess. The ditches, some of them flooded with water, were designed to break up enemy charges and make it impossible for the Gauls to bring their superior numbers to bear. The ramparts, topped with wooden palisades, provided the Roman defenders with excellent cover, allowing them to rain down a deadly hail of missiles upon any attackers. And then there were the towers, strategically placed along the fortifications, providing the Romans with clear lines of fire and serving as platforms for their artillery. But Caesar's ingenuity didn't stop there. He knew that a direct assault on the fortifications would be foolish, so he incorporated a series of ingenious traps and obstacles into his defenses. There were hidden pits designed to impale charging horses and send ranks of attackers tumbling into disarray. There were rows of sharpened stakes concealed beneath the ground, waiting to impale the feet of any who dared to approach the walls. And there were caltrops, small spiked objects scattered on the ground, designed to cripple both men and horses. Caesar's fortifications at Alesia were more than just a military masterpiece. They were a testament to Roman ingenuity, a symbol of their determination to crush the Gallic rebellion and bring Gaul firmly under their control. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating historical content. See you next time.